What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks here on RotoGrinders. I'm Turk Ferguson. I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite bets on today's NBA slate and any boosts that are going on, just anything that I'm betting on today. We're going to check out what Scores and Odds has available. We're going to check out what RG projections really like. We're going to go through how I did on Friday and how I've done so far. But yeah, basically we're going to be breaking down every single thing we need. If you have any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to see, go ahead and drop it in the comments channel there, and I'll try and get to them throughout the show. Just really simple. That's it. That's basically everything. So yeah, let's just break right on in. Let's just go ahead and break down what happened last week. Wednesday, not a good show or not a good night for me. Lost some money. Ended up making about $400 off of 3.4 grand, so about 10.8% ROI. I think that day, I don't know, maybe more than that, 15% ROI, whatever it was. Made some money there, so that's not too bad. Really can't complain about that at all. But yeah, that's basically it. Won some boosts, and we'll just wipe those off the board and get into today's bets that I have going. Going to be looking at Scores and Odds stuff, see what they have to say. But yeah, pretty much. Let's start off with the first one. Fred VanVleet over 20.5 points. Now, VanVleet has hit this in 3 straight games. We're pulling up RG's lineup HQ to check things out. So we look at the last 3 games. Again, playing monster minutes as he does pretty much every night, and as everyone on the Raptors does every single night. It's just what they do. They like to play guys with minutes. So 26, 21, 21. He's got a matchup versus Charlotte here. Yeah, just really simple. Like, he's been doing well. The shot volume has been there. If he shoots good, he's automatically going to hit this. If he shoots bad, he still might end up hitting it here. But shot volume's been decent. Everything's been going good, and I love the matchup here. So threw 300 on that there. Fournier over 14.5 points. We check out what RG has projected for him. We have him just over 15. The line might have moved. I'm not sure. It looks like MGM took it down. I got it about an hour ago. Minus 115 at 14.5. It would move to 15.5. Don't like it quite as much. Still not a terrible line, but definitely something that you can bet at 15.5, but way better at 14.5 there. Chris Paul over 15.5 points. So we look at the RG prop section page and we sort by most points over. Chris Paul is by far the biggest difference here. 2.85 points too low according to RG projections, while some places have moved it to 16.5. Can still get it over at Fanduel at minus 114. I got it at minus 115, so pretty much hasn't changed over at DraftKings here. Really simple. Easy bet for me. We look at his minutes without Cam Johnson, without whoever else it was. Guard depth is a little bit low, so the minutes have been there. This game was a complete total blowout going up against Washington, so did not play in the fourth. But prior to that, 38 minutes, 39 minutes, 20, 20, 18, 14 over the last 4 games, 21, 21, 27 before that. Playing a bunch, getting a ton of usage. Do worry slightly about a blowout here. The line's currently sitting at 8. The total looks like it dropped by a half point, so not really a huge deal. So I put 300 over on Chris Paul here. Dinwiddie, so this is interesting here. Let's open up Court IQ. He has not been great over the last 3 games. Just been bad. Has not shot the ball well. Has not done a lot of stuff well. But if we run Court IQ with Beal off the court, Dinwiddie, fantastic numbers. Averaging 8.5 assists per game, 18.18 points. It's been worse over the last 3 games. We look at him, checking out Spencer Dinwiddie and what he's done. So this last game was a complete and total blowout here. Again, same one versus Phoenix. Tough matchup versus Miami. Only had 3 assists in the last one, but 10 and 9 over the 2 games prior to that. So I'm willing to just roll with this. The assist number is great. I actually bet the points prop. It doesn't look, yeah, I have it over here. It's dropped all the way down to 13.5. So prior to the last 3 games, he had yet to go under 17 points at any matchup without Beal. Has gotten 3 in a row of not hitting over 14.5, had 14-1, so he's technically hit this in 1 out of the last 3, but averaging 18 points per 36 so far this season without Beal on the court. I think that's a great bet here. I'm betting it, but I'm also betting the Dinwiddie over on assists. And if you want, you can bet the points plus assists, or you can parlay them over on Fanduel. I think the line comes in around 280 plus 280. So pretty solid here. Then one of my favorite biggest positions on the day is Plumlee. I'm going over points, going over rebounds. I'm going over points plus rebounds. The rebounds one is by far my favorite. We look at RG projections, and I have to sneeze. Look at RG projections. Have him projected for close to 10 right now. 9.5. He's been crushing it lately. He's had 10 plus point or rebounds in each of the last 5 games. Just very solid overall numbers. The spread is sitting at 2. This game should be close. See that 10, 11, 17, 10, 17 points, sitting at 6, 8, 5, 10, 8. So he's hit the over on that in 3 out of the last 4. All kind of depends on how well he shoots. Like, he hasn't been shooting his normal self recently and still has been getting there. So it's just a spot where I really like the over rebounds. I like the over points slightly. So I bet the points plus rebounds because he's been hitting close to that on just his rebounds pretty much every single night. If you want to throw in PRA, get some more money on the line, diversify a little bit, that's fine with me. Next up, we got VanVleet over 7.5 assists. Again, guys, any questions, anything you want to hear, anything you want me to talk about, go ahead, throw them in the comment section there. I'll get through them and answer them throughout the show as they come in here. But VanVleet, again, love the matchup versus Charlotte here. Fast-paced, bad defensive matchup. VanVleet's been doing pretty well recently. As soon as this opens, I have bad internet sometimes, or I have a bad computer. I don't know. I just bought it. I have great specs from what the little I know about things. But yeah, looking at his numbers, hit it in 4 of the last 5, 11, 9, 11, 8 assists over the last 4 games. What teams do I like tonight? What do you mean? Like, are you asking what spreads I would bet, what totals I would bet, what money lines I would bet? Like, what are you asking, Juan? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll try and clarify. But VanVleet, pretty solid overall bet here. Mitch Robb, this is one of my favorite ones. Over 0.5 assists. Literally makes the game fun. You've always got a chance all the way up until the end because he only needs 1, but the odds are pretty solid on it. Sitting at plus 150. Let's see if it's still sitting at plus 150. Did they take it down? I don't think it's showing up. But RG has him projected for 5.1 or 0.51 assists. So let's pull it up here. We look at the last 5 games. Obviously, before that, really wasn't doing too much, but 0, 1, 1, 0, 5, 1, 0. Didn't play that game too. So he's hit it in 4 out of the last 6 games. Just real simple. It's too low when you're getting at the odds at plus 155 over on Caesars. I have it close to a 50% chance of hitting. So really like this. Anytime I can get a coin flip at huge positive odds, I hit it. Asking what spreads on NBA and Ncaa. I don't really play much college basketball. I do have some spreads if you want to, or some boosts over on Caesars. Looks like Temple, Kansas, Arizona, all to win. Odds are sitting at plus 230, boosted from 200, I think, 190 over on DK. I cross-reference it. You bet parlay all 3 of them, plus 200 odds. So adding a nice little bit of ROI there. I like that one. Heat, Warriors, Bulls. I think the odds were sitting at plus 140 with the juice. So break-even odds are like plus 485, plus 490, I think. So 525 offers a nice little ROI there. Like that one. Bet some hockey ones. Well, let's see. Spreads that I like. Let's check them out. I want to show off the lines. So our great thing over on Scores and Odds, it tells you where all the best lines are, like what every single sports book has. Looking at this, I think the Raptors minus 1.5, you can get them at minus 110 over on Caesars, or if you want to go minus 2 at minus 105 juice, that's also fine. But I'm taking the minus 1.5. I think even though it's in Charlotte, this game should be close, but I have to give a slight edge to the Raptors. I'm not betting it. I mostly stick to props and other things. Suns, I think that has potential blowout. minus 7.5 right here. Minus 114 juice. Bulls not looking great recently. Suns looking pretty darn solid, just coming off a huge win versus Washington. I like the minus 7.5 there. Staying away from the Thunder Warriors, but I'd have a slight lean towards the Thunder at 12.5, but just don't like that overall. Knicks, I think, offer a little bit of value at +8. Make sure you get +8, not +7.5. But yeah, the three spreads I would probably bet on. By far, my favorite is the Raptors minus 1.5. That would be them. Probably the Suns at 7.5 and the Knicks at +8. So those are my three favorite ones. Let's get to a few more boosts. Again, anything you want to see. We got Matt in here. Thoughts on, I can never remember how to pronounce his name. Rebounding prop at 6.5. He's the center for OKC. I think taking the over. Seems like OKC wants to give him run and should be blowout proof. Yeah, we've seen him give run to guys in the past before. I mean, James Robinson, Earl, Moses Brown, who they signed a contract and trade. OKC is just doing some wild things. It's absolutely beautiful and terrible to watch because they're clearly just tanking, but they're getting so many draft picks. Yeah, we look at his numbers, hit the over of 6.5 in each of the last 3 games. Let's see what scores and odds and RG projections have him put at. Let's check it out here. Again, if you haven't signed up for Scores and Odds, go sign up for Scores and Odds. It's absolutely fantastic. This page alone is worth the subscription price. The line shopping page alone worth the subscription price. So highly, highly suggest it. So we currently have him projected for 7.6. I'm probably going to bet that after the show, actually. Looks pretty solid there. Again, MGM, best odds you can get at +105. I think that's a pretty solid one. I'm going to throw that in there. 6.5 rebounds. So it would be also 300 to win 315. MGM, NBA, 2 points. Yeah, this spreadsheet right here is just something I made to track things. Again, has not gone great, but tells me exactly what I've won on each different things. Overall, how much I bet, how much is in play, all that stuff. And then it just keeps track of it. Monthly summary tells me what this is just the one for this show, just so you guys can keep track. Know that I'm betting every single one of these things if I can, if they haven't limited me. Like certain times, site like MGM that limits me down to like $25 a bet. I'll put it on as the best line here so you guys have it for reference. But a lot of times I'll end up betting it at a different site. But I'll put the best odds down here because that's how you're supposed to play. You always want to have multiple sports books. If you sign for a new sports book, use the Scores and Odds link. But yeah, let's look at the other bets here. Bam Adebayo under 4.5 assists. Minus 125 here. Let's see. Bam. Yeah, we currently have him projected at 3. The line's all the way down to minus 115 on the under over at PointsBet. So we're going to throw that in there, minus 115. So 500 would be an extra 40, 940. Yeah. So, yeah, pretty solid over there. That's one of my favorite. That's one of the heavier bets I've gotten going today. We look at how he's done recently. Bam. Looking through it, looking at the last 5-6 games, like he hit it once in the last 2, 4, 6 games, and he only made it by 1. Line keeps moving, which worries me a little bit, but I'm still going to roll with it. RG projections like him quite a bit. Spencer Dinwiddie, already talked about that. Again, averaging 18.5. He's been bad recently. He's been shooting the ball horrible. The usage is sitting north of 21% still over the last 3 games without Beal. KCP under 1.5 assists. So Caldwell, no, we don't have it up there yet. But Caldwell Pope, he's hit this, I think, in 2 of the last 6 games, 1 of the last 6 games. Yeah, 2 of the last 6, 1 of the last 5. Under 1.5 assists. I have it close to a 50% hit rate. So getting it plus 130, you get some pretty decent value there. Really like that bet. I threw some money on it. And yeah, Moneyline underdog bet. What's my favorite Moneyline underdog bet? Again, these are not official suggestions. Like, I'm not betting these, but if you want my favorite one, let's check out the lines here. Check out the money line. Don't like that. Honestly, probably the Wizards at plus 205. Yeah, it would be the Wizards at plus 205 or the Knicks at plus 280. I think the Knicks have a decent chance of winning. I know Mitchell's back, but Jazz have been faltering lately. So if you want to go with a big underdog, Knicks or the Wizards, I think both have a shot. Games being played in Washington. I know the Heat are a much better team, but Heat historically better at home than on the road. So I think that this is a pretty solid spot here for both of them to actually win. Those would be the main two guys I'm going with. Yeah, and then bet a few Fanduel boosts. Let's see. I'm looking at Fanduel over on my other page. So Van Vliet, Curry, and Clay all make 3+3s, boosted from 170 to plus 240. Curry and Clay kind of have a nice little bit of a positive correlation if that game stays close. That's why. And Van Vliet, again, love the matchup versus Charlotte. Think his line's sitting at 2.5, 3.5. Like, they're all sitting decently high. They all should be chucking. Like all them. Kansas to win versus Texas and scored 65 points. So real simple. Kansas money line plus over on the Kansas total, heavily correlated, boosted from 125 to plus 170 over on FanDuel, pretty solid. And then New Jersey Devils and Maple Leafs both to win. I think Moneyball wrote up that he likes New Jersey to win anyways. He likes the money line there, so you're getting some added extra value. But the zero juice line, I think, is sitting at plus 310, so getting at plus 350. Offers some decent value. I'm there. Do I play any NHL props? And if so, do you have any lean towards any tonight? No, I don't think we have any props written up yet. There's only 2 NHL games, but generally, the only one we have, Moneyball 16, real solid guy. Real solid NHL better, has the Devils money line. There's only 2 games, so like some nights you just don't have any props that you like. Let's check out the RG projection. Doesn't look like they've updated yet. As you can see, I bet a few of these. Giddey over 6.5 assists. I might actually, I don't know if I bet that yet. Let's see, props, Giddey, assists. I thought that I bet something on him. Doesn't look like I have yet. Let's see, Giddey. Giddey looks like, over 6.5 over on FanDuel. I'm actually going to bet this while we're on air or on the other screen. I thought I already bet this. I might not have put it anywhere, or I might have just forgotten. It's been a long day. It was a long weekend. Let's check it out. Looking at Giddey over on KC, obviously with SGA still out. I'm betting that 300. Josh Giddey over 6.5 assists. To improve that, bet it. There's that. Bet it. Just tough to keep track of things. If I have them both on the same screen, I mean 4.12. And I never know what site's going to actually let me bet a normal amount. Throwing Giddey in there. Let's see any other projections. Chris Paul over points plus rebounds. Chris Paul over PRA. Honestly, don't hate either of those. Again, I like the points. I just haven't gone too wild. I thought I bet Giddey over on rebounds. Checking out my other work paper here. It doesn't look like it. Giddey's been a little bit up and down recently on rebounds. Let's check it out. See how he's done recently with ISJ. Obviously, Dort potentially not playing. Yeah, rebounds I just don't like as much as assists. He's pretty hit or miss. It's probably mildly positive EV. I mean, our projections but not huge positive EV. Chris Paul. Yeah, a lot of Chris Paul, but really like Chris Paul tonight. I'm probably going to end up hitting a few more of those. Javonte Green, I looked through these. I wasn't a huge fan of any of them. PJ Tucker and Bam, this was before the hero news I remember correctly, he's out. Still pretty solid overall bets with PJ Tucker. But yeah, that's basically it. And that's pretty much our show. We're right around the 20-minute mark, which is what we try and keep it this to. Again, any more questions, go ahead and throw them in. I'll check them out. I'm going to check out any DK boosts that are going on here. They restricted me like $5 for each bet, so I generally don't bother a whole lot with those, just because. Let's check it out here. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeRozan to combine for 75-plus points. Don't mind that at all. Don't know anything about hockey, so not bothering with that. Let's check out the promos. Oh, I guess I probably should. I'm still angry about this. They had a promo going last night, and let's see. There it is. I'll bring this over to the screen. So, yeah, they boosted it 50%, 12-pick promo, or they like boosted based on how many bets you had. So, as you can see, I was 2 points away from, I think this paid $23, paid 15 grand, 20 grand, something like that after the boost. Yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. missed one shot at the end of the game that would have put this over, and I would have hit a 12-team parlay. So hitting 11 out of 12 legs, and the fact that KPJ missed that shot, and the Pelicans just let the shot clock run out their last two possessions, and I missed it by one bucket. Still a little bit pissed about that. I mean, I lost $23, but the fact that 2 points away from 15, 20 grand, it's not an easy one to stomach, but you know what? Things happen. That's gambling. Favorite NBA prop bet tonight? Probably Bam Adebayo under 4.5 assists, followed by Mitch Robinson over 0.5 assists, followed by Chris Paul over 15.5 points. Those are probably my top three, but Bam's probably the number one bet, and then like not really a one bet thing. Let's see. Bam under 11 rebounds projected at 9.9. Let's check out the RG projections here. Bam. I don't know if these are fully. I didn't know. Let's update the page to see if it's showing anything different. Bam. Yeah, we have him projected for 10.5. The line's sitting at 11.5 minus 130. Looking at Bam's stuff here. Looking at his game log. Matchup versus Washington, honestly, a pretty solid one. He's hit the over of 10.5 for the last 5 games. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, I'm guessing they're mainly banking on a blowout, which I don't think will happen. I'm not a huge fan of the under. I would probably lean more towards the over, getting 11.5 at plus 105, plus 110. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, I definitely have more of a lean towards the over here. But yeah, those are my bets. Again, guys, don't feel free to tweet me at gnefer07. Anything that you want to see on this show, anything you'd like to have going forward, any tools on Scores and Odds you want me to go through, check around, see what they have to offer, like anything you want to see. I mean, obviously, we've got a bunch of stuff. Like an NBA, it's great. Like, you can just pick the game. All right, let's see the spread. We got the spread at every single place, what the total is every single place. So if you're playing on tip, then get bet. Points, props, you can see exactly where everything's at. Rebounds, assists, 3-pointers. You got pretty much everything here that you could possibly need to make a smart decision. I mean, long run, if you're betting Miles Bridges over at minus 102 compared to minus 105, it increases your ROI like drastically. You can be a good bettor. And if you're just picking the wrong lines, then long run, even if you're a good bettor, you're losing money. But if you do the best lines, you win money. It's really that simple. Like, it's the most important thing that I try and hammer into people is take advantage of boosts, take advantage of line shopping, whatever state you're in, like check all of them. By far one of the biggest things that you can do. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the show, guys. Thanks for joining me. We'll be back again on Wednesday, breaking some more stuff down for NBA. And then again on Friday, we're going to try and run this Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week. guess I should probably give out. We'll do some Super Bowl bets, but the one Super Bowl bet I have is over on Caesars. I like Sony Michel at plus 350. I bet it because Caesar's not happy with me. Last one, I guess, before we get out of here. Thomas Bryant over 8 points here. Let's check it out. Let's see what RG has to say. Let's see what everything else has to say. Bryant, we have him projected for 9.25. I can't remember what his limit minutes have been lately. Bryant, or what his usage has been. So I've been sitting right around 17, 20 minutes. I'm not a fan of it, but it's not bad. But all right, guys, time for me to get on out of here. It's been fun. Again, we'll be back here Wednesday. Again, let me know anything you want to see. I'm out of here. See you, kids.